Hey there, this is part two where I'm going to share a golden secret for total body health, especially for those who are lazy, short on time, or have failed with all kinds of workouts. But listen, if you haven't seen part one yet, I'm serious. Stop now and go watch it first. Because part one is the foundation, the key to fully understanding this journey. Without it, you'll only get half the truth. All right, if you're ready, here's part two. My journey to full body transformation started with one ridiculously simple thing, bouncing on a rebounder with HIIT. Sounds crazy? Just wait, you won't believe the results. Because the impact is brutally powerful. 15 minutes a day, not 6 exhausting hours at the gym. No fancy equipment, no forcing yourself into military discipline. All you need is to start. And the magic is, that exact simplicity destroys all your excuses. Too busy? Great. Too lazy? Even better. Because this workout was made for you. Just 15 minutes. But in those 15 minutes, you give it your all. Heavy breathing, heart pounding, and every cell in your body coming alive again. And then your body starts to repair itself, rebuild itself, evolve. Quietly, deeply, without showing off. But powerful enough that you'll look in the mirror and say, what the hell is happening to me? This isn't just a workout. It's a doorway back to the strongest, most flexible, most energized version of you, even if you've never stuck to a single fitness routine before. Let me prove it to you. In a book by Albert Carter, written back in the 1980s, I was hooked from the first few pages. Albert was a professional trampolinist. After starting a family, he noticed something strange but exciting. His kids were much healthier than others their age. The whole family performed together in a traveling trampoline show across the U.S. His 4-year-old daughter could do one-arm push-ups. His son, who used to get bullied at school, challenged the whole class to a push-up contest and did 1,000 push-ups in a row at just 7 years old. And Albert, you could count every ripped ab on his torso like a carved statue. That's when he asked himself, how can something as simple as bouncing create such a massive change in my entire family? What makes this workout so powerful it shatters all expectations? At the time, during the 80s and 90s, there wasn't much scientific research on bouncing workouts. But Albert didn't stop at personal experience. He reached out to NASA, which was facing a huge problem. Even though their astronauts were young and strong, between 30 and 50, after spending just a short time in zero gravity, they lost up to 25% of their muscle and bone mass. This was a serious threat to their health, even their lives, if their bodies didn't recover fast enough after returning to Earth. NASA needed a solution, and they had tried every form of exercise out there. Eventually, they discovered only one type of movement was truly effective for rebuilding full body muscle and bone: bouncing on a trampoline. From that discovery, NASA started developing a new device, a smaller version of the trampoline called the Rebounder. It's compact, flexible, and best of all, you can use it at home. No big space, no complex equipment needed. But Albert kept wondering, what makes bouncing so powerful? Then he found the answer. It's all about 3 forces your body experiences with each jump. Church 1, resisting gravity. Every time you launch off the mat, your body is pushing against Earth's pull. This constant battle with gravity is what makes your muscles and bones stronger and more flexible over time. 2, acceleration. As you bounce up, your body accelerates, sending a wave of activation through your muscles, tissues, and cells. This phase wakes up your entire movement system. 3, deceleration. At the peak of the bounce, your body slows down just before coming back down. This is when your muscles must engage to balance and control the motion. It's the perfect training for stability, coordination, and total body control. It's amazing. Albert even found a famous quote by Albert Einstein: gravity, acceleration, and deceleration all affect the body in the same way. And the wonderful part is, it's not just your arms, legs, or abs. Every cell in your body feels the positive impact of those 3 forces. Yes, even the tiny cells deep inside your inner ear. In other words, no cell escapes the full body rejuvenation that bouncing brings. Albert Carter wasn't just inspiring, he tested everything he believed. To prove how powerful bouncing is, he ran a simple but unforgettable experiment. He noticed people at the gym following the same routine. 5 minutes on the bike, 5 minutes on the rower, a few minutes of pull-ups, and so on. He gathered 20 athletes, all in great shape, and split them into two groups. Group 1 followed the normal routine: bike, row, pull-ups. Group 2 did the exact same routine, but after each exercise, they bounced on a rebounder for 30 seconds before moving on. So each workout included that 30-second bounce between exercises. After 3 months, the results were astonishing. The bounce group increased their fitness by 20% more than the regular group, with only a tiny extra time spent. From that, Albert came up with a simple but powerful rule. Just 3 minutes each time, 3 times a day. Sounds small, but the results are huge. And the best part is, the rebounder lets you do many different moves. But the simplest one, health bounce, is something anyone can start today. Just gentle bounce, yet it surprises your whole body. Many people tell me, I can't do it. I have poor balance. I always smile and say, exactly, let that be your reason to start. Balance comes from your inner ear and the nerves under your feet. When you bounce gently on the rebounder, these systems wake up. Your nervous system learns to sense position and self-correct in a natural, safe way. If you're nervous, you can add handrails. Start just by standing on the rebounder and bouncing lightly without leaving its surface. As you feel steadier, you can add gentle moves. Raise the bounce height slightly to challenge yourself. Add a light twist to loosen tension in your back and improve spinal flexibility. You can even combine arm workouts while bouncing. Biceps. Keep your arms slightly bent, palms down, and flex your biceps as you bounce. Triceps. Extend arms behind, palms up, stretching and activating your back of arm muscles. You can make it harder by adding light dumbbells or using resistance bands. The beautiful thing is, these simple, coordinated movements engage your whole body, from feet, core, shoulders, to arms, without straining your joints like heavy lifts. That's the beauty of bounce workouts. Effective, gentle, and suitable for all ages, even if you've never exercised before. And get this, even your eyes, yes, your eyes, can benefit naturally while you bounce. Here's how I do it. While bouncing lightly, I focus on a nearby frame for about 10 bounces, then shift my gaze to a tree outside the window or anything in the distance. After a few bounces, I look back up close. I switch focus back and forth from near to far. Why? Because changing focus works the muscles around your lens, near and far muscles, stretching and contracting like a natural eye workout. And with your body moving and improved blood and oxygen flow, your eyes get better nourishment too. I still need glasses to read tiny print. That's normal. But what surprised and pleased me, in the past 10 years, my prescription hasn't gotten stronger. I truly believe that gentle eye training while bouncing helped me keep stable vision. This is what I love about the rebounder. It's small, yet it restores flexibility and function in your whole body, from your toes to your eyes. In his book, Better Eyesight Without Glasses, Dr. William Bates points out a simple but crucial truth. Eyes need care and exercise. Just like any part of your body, when you bounce and shift, focus near and far, you're training your eyes naturally and safely to stay strong over time. Many people tell me, I only wear glasses to read. I always reply, then don't wear glasses when you're not reading. Why? Because if you wear glasses all the time, your eyes become dependent and lose their ability to adjust naturally. Over time, those eye muscles weaken, and you end up needing stronger glasses. But your eyes have near-far focus muscles, and they can be trained to maintain good vision long-term. What makes me truly believe in the rebounder isn't just that it's good for your heart or muscles, it's that it awakens your entire vitality. You don't need to overtrain. You don't need to be fit or strong. Just 15 minutes a day, bouncing light and joyful is enough. After all my experience, I came to one clear conclusion. People don't stop jumping because they grow old. They grow old because they stop jumping. So my dear friend, don't wait until you have time. Don't wait until you feel stronger. Just start today, gently, joyfully, one bounce at a time, to awaken the life inside you. Of course, not all rebounders are the same. Some are way too stiff, It feels like slamming your feet straight into tile, and you need to remember this. Jumping on the ground is no substitute for a quality rebounder. Why? Because a rebounder works like a natural shock absorber. When you land, it soaks up the impact and gently bounces you back with reverse force. You barely feel the jolt. But if you jump or run directly on a hard surface, every bit of impact shoots straight into your hips, knees, ankles, and lower back. Day after day, that wears down your joints, causes pain, and can even lead to chronic injuries. On the flip side, bouncing on a rebounder still helps you burn fat, activate your whole body, stimulate growth hormones, but without putting pressure on your joints. Dr. Albert Carter once talked about his professional runner friends. They were strong, flexible, and fit. But by the time they hit 50, they started dealing with hip arthritis, back pain, daily leg soreness. He told them to switch to rebounders and combine it with a healthy diet, simple, joint-friendly exercises. And what happened? The pain started fading. They felt strong again and kept their shape and endurance in a safe, sustainable way. So if you've ever felt knee or hip pain while moving, worried about weak joints or fragile bones, or just want a gentle but super effective way to work out, give rebounders a shot. There's something super important about how you run that most people miss. When you bounce on a rebounder, you quickly realize one thing. You never land on your heels. Instead, you land naturally on the balls of your feet, light and smooth. Actually, if you've ever run barefoot on grass, you'll notice your body automatically switches to forefoot running because that's the safest, most comfortable way. Unfortunately, most people don't know this because modern running shoes have thick heel padding. That cushion makes you land on your heels, which is unnatural and slams impact into your knees, hips, and spine. That's why so many people get hurt and don't even know why. Christopher McDougall, author of the famous book Born to Run, used to be a runner himself, but he had to stop because of injuries in his thighs, pelvis, and back. While recovering, he started traveling the world to figure out why are some people able to run hundreds of miles a week with no pain? And then he discovered something amazing. In the 1960 and 1964 Olympic Games, something incredible happened. Abebe Bikila, an African athlete, stunned the world when he won the gold medal and broke the world record. Running completely barefoot. He didn't just run, he ran on the balls of his feet, not his heels like most people today. This story pushed McDougall to keep digging into natural running. He went to Mexico and met the Tarahumara tribe, famous for their ability to run ultra-long distances, hundreds of kilometers, without getting tired. And guess how they run? Barefoot. And again, on the balls of their feet. When they needed to protect their feet from sharp rocks, they just used thin sandals made from old tires, just enough to cover the foot while keeping their natural form. That's where the barefoot running movement began. I gave it a try. I bought a pair of barefoot runners, shoes designed to mimic the feel of running barefoot. The first few days of walking in them, my feet were sore all over. And that's when I realized, when you run on your forefoot, you use completely different muscles than when you land on your heels. We are designed perfectly. The human foot is a masterpiece. When you land the right way, your toes automatically spread out to balance you. The big toe acts like a stabilizing pillar for your whole body. The heel, it's not built to absorb high-impact shocks like when you run. When you walk, the heel can touch the ground because the force is low. But when you run, let the balls of your feet lead the way. It's the most natural, safest, and injury-free method. I love my barefoot runners. I wore them while hiking the Rocky Mountains. They're light, flexible, and have a wide toe box, so even my pinky toe feels free and comfortable. Let me tell you something else amazing about rebounding. Did you know your body actually has two hearts? Besides your actual heart, your calves are your second heart. Why not? Because they help pump blood back up from your legs to your heart, which isn't easy, especially when you're sitting or standing still for a long time. Blood flows out from the heart through arteries, then returns through veins. But how does blood travel upward against gravity when you're not moving? The answer is calf contractions. When you bounce, your calves constantly contract and relax, just like a pump, pushing blood back to the heart more efficiently. That's why rebounding is great for people with varicose veins, Have you ever heard anyone say varicose arteries? Of course not, because veins are the weak ones. And without muscle movement helping them, blood gets stuck inside easily. That's why people tell you to shake your legs or rotate your ankles when you sit too long, like on a plane, to avoid blood pooling. But if you bounce for just a few minutes a day, the effect is even stronger. And that's only half the story. There's another super important system in your body that rebounding activates, the lymphatic system. If your circulatory system is like food delivery for your cells, then your lymphatic system is the trash collector, removing waste, bacteria, and toxins, and sending them to lymph nodes in your neck, armpits, groin, etc. That's where white blood cells break them down and flush them out through sweat, urine, and poop. But unlike the circulatory system, the lymph system has no heart, it has no built-in pump, and it's not wrapped in muscles. It only works when you move. In the morning when you wake up, all the valves in your lymph system are still shut. If you don't move, the toxins stay stuck inside. Only when you start moving, especially bouncing, do those valves across your whole body open up. And just like that, detox starts kicking in. What does that mean? Just a few minutes of bouncing a day helps your blood flow better, activates your body's natural cleaning system, and flushes out toxins. No pills or crazy detox programs needed. Here's the HIIT method I personally use on my rebounder every day. 30 seconds of full-out movement, 90 seconds of light recovery. Repeat 6 rounds. That's it. Short, simple, powerful. And it changed everything for me. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a message. From the bottom of my heart, take care of your health, especially as you get older. Don't wait until your body starts to slow down, until you feel tired, drained, and lifeless. Only then to scramble and look for a fix. By that point, even climbing a flight of stairs feels like a struggle. Getting out of bed in the morning becomes a challenge, and worst of all, there might come a day when you want to do something for yourself, but your body just doesn't have the strength to help you anymore. You know what? Muscles are just like your brain. The more you use them, the stronger and more flexible they get. But ignore them and they shrink, weaken, and disappear. And when you finally need them most, they're no longer there for you. Don't wait until you have to say, I wish I started earlier. I'll see you in the next video, where I'll share the must-know nutrition secrets that your muscles can't live without. But starting today, just do this one simple thing: drink enough water and add natural salt to your daily routine. Not the bleached white salt you see at the supermarket. I'm talking about raw, mineral-rich salt. The kind that contains over 80 trace minerals, almost identical to the mineral content of your own blood. When your body has enough minerals, your muscles have the raw materials they need to recover, contract stronger, and support you better each day. Take care of your muscles today, because one day in the future, they'll be the ones helping you stand up and keep going. I'll see you in the next video. And if you found this one helpful, hit like and subscribe, so you don't miss the next important piece: how to eat for strength, health, and long-lasting youth.